Oh, I know what to do. Oh, perfect. I can't do it. My stomach hurts so bad. Oh, I can't do it. So I was starting 1, 2, 3. But this is basically the order. 1 steps on to 10. So ad lib off of that.
Ad lib off of this one. Okay, and then do we have anything about Patrick?
About what?
Patrick?
Oh my God, where are my flyers? Let me check.
Okay.
You're talking to one of the people are trying to buy spots if they want to start. Oh, you're in this room? Isn't that? Hey. I was interested in reading your bio. Oh, guess that was. How do you find it? Thank you for the prelude music, Harbula. We gotta go. Way to love Harbula, right?
Sure. Okay. So I've been called up at the last minute here. So, can you hear me? I feel like I don't even need a mic, but who knows? Okay. So, welcome everybody. I'm glad that you're all here. Yay! Happy 2023! Woo! And everybody on Facebook, hi, welcome. Everybody on Zoom. So we're here tonight to receive and radiate spiritual energy. A few practical points. I feel like everybody's been here. If you're new or if you're not on the email list and you'd like to be, there's a form on the front table. You could put your information on there. We also have a healing box on there. So if anybody is in need of healing or has somebody in their life that's in need of healing, we have a group of practitioners that pray over that on a daily basis. Thank you, Florence is showing it. Write legibly, please. On the back, it's always hard to read that stuff. On the back table, there's also some comment cards, so feel free to fill those out if you'd like. Okay, so I was not prepared to do this. I'm just going to tell you that right now, but so I'm winging it. Okay. Our mission statement: to celebrate the spiritual unity of all life and raise the consciousness of light and love through community meditation and education, and to inspire and empower those who attend the World Healing Meditation Ceremonies and all of humanity with the life-transforming experience of healing, oneness, and unity. We are saving our planet from the inside. Aho. So, let's see. It looks like we're just going straight to our chant leader. Does that make sense? Okay. So we're going to do a chant now, and I believe that Florence and Agnes and Deena are gonna lead us in the Om Shanti.
Very thoroughly rehearsed. Extremely thorough. So let's just sit right here. In the right order,
We expect a little choreography here, too.
No, we're gonna do it without a microphone.
Well, no one on the line would hear you then.
Oh, all right, yes. Huddle. Let there be peace in my mind. Let there be peace in the earth. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti Om. 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 Om Shanti Om. Peace within my mind. Peace within my mind. God and only God is moving me. Peace peace within my mind. God and only God I live to see. Peace within my mind. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my mind. God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Om Shanti, Om. Peace within my heart. Peace within my heart. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my heart. God and only God I live to see. Peace within my heart. God and only God is moving me. Peace within my heart. God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Om Shanti, Om. Peace within the earth. Peace within the earth. God and only God is moving me. Peace within the earth. God and only God I live to see. Peace within the earth. God and only God is moving me. Peace within the earth. God and only God I live to see. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Shanti, Om. 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 Om Shanti, Om. Om Shanti,
That was amazing. Thank you, ladies. Absolutely fabulous. So, how many people have never been here before? Do we have everybody who's been here? Oh, welcome. No, you've been here, haven't you? Not at this place, but you've been to our full moon meditations. Okay, well, welcome. I'm glad that you're here. You haven't been?
Not here, but
Okay, but you've been to the full moon meditations. Well, this is our new home. So welcome. Yeah, glad that you guys are here. So we gather at the full moon to meditate. It's a time of year on the planet where other groups are doing the same thing. So it's a really powerful, energetically speaking, it's a really powerful time to gather at the full moon and meditate. And our mission statement states, that we meditate locally to heal globally. But what we're looking to do is to project peace out into the world, right? We bring a musician and a speaker, and we like to bring all kinds of different people in to share their experience and their wisdom. And so we start the year off, 2023, with our intention setting, which has been a really nice ceremony that we've been doing for, according to this, it says 10 years. Has it been 10 years? Time flies. Time flies. Okay, so before I move on to Patrick, I am going to make sure that I'm doing everything I should be doing here. So I'm going to do, should I do let's do the opening rituals. I don't have notes. Oh, okay. Go for it.
Hi, everyone. I feel like we've already had the opening ritual. This is good. We ask that you please turn off your cell phones at this point in time. Even on vibrate, they do disturb the meditation. We begin our full moon meditation this evening with an invocation. Great Father, Mother, God, and Goddess, be with us here now. Hold this space sacred from which we may do our work. Open our hearts to your golden light that we may radiate love into the hearts of all. Open our minds to your divine knowing that we may radiate understanding into the minds of all. Open our spirits to your infinite presence that we may radiate awareness into the spirits of all. One heart, one mind, one spirit, unlimited and indivisible. Be still and know I am God. Acknowledging the Spirit is one and the paths to God are many. In our opening ritual, we will honor the world's religions and the many names of God with a quote from each religion on the topic of love. A bell will be rung and a candle lit as the name of divinity is sounded for each of the major religions of the world, after which we will sound the Om. Om is an ancient, sacred tone, a deepening. Sounding the Om allows the intoning of grace, balance, and empowerment. There is no right or wrong way. Simply relax into your own tone, open to the nuances of this sacred sound as it moves through you. Our opening ritual will conclude with all of us sounding the Om several times, each in your own note, in your own time, in a continuing free-form rhythm, creating a tapestry of healing sound. We honor all religions as expressions of the one God, Great Spirit, Divine Essence. May the wellspring of love find in us an unimpeded channel. In the sacred tradition of Taoism, the Tao, Spirit arms us with love. In the sacred tradition of Hinduism, Ishvara, Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. One best worships the Lord through love. In the sacred tradition of Buddhism, Lord Buddha, cultivate a heart of love. In the tradition of the sacred feminine, the goddess in all her forms, the Divine Mother loves, nurtures, and sustains all. In the sacred tradition of Judaism, Adonai, Elohim, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and your neighbor as yourself. In the sacred tradition of Christianity, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. God is love. In a sacred tradition of First Nations people of all lands, love is the medicine that holds all life together. In a sacred tradition of Islam, Allah. This is love, to fly toward a secret sky, to cause 100 veils to fall each moment. In the sacred tradition of all other religions, you may now together say any additional names of divinity that you would like to invoke. And now for our opening meditation. Let us now uncross our legs, close our eyes if they're not already closed. Take a long, deep breath in and out. In and out. As you take another deep breath and relax. Let go of today. Let go of the people, the challenges, and just be. When you are ready, put your feeling attention into your heart center and relax. Imagine a bright, warm sun floating above your head. Its rays are emanating down into the crown of your head. The sun is releasing a pure white light. This light is floating down, filling your head, your neck. It floats across your shoulders, down your arms, out your hands, filling your torso. Your organs are enveloped in this pulsating, purifying light of the sun. As the sunlight flows down through your body, through your legs, out the bottoms of your feet, It washes away all impurities, all imperfections, all pain and disease, deep into the central core of the earth. Your body is filled with divine energy. Right now you are whole, perfect, and complete. As the light continues to energize, pulsate, and vibrate, allow it to expand out through your entire auric field. Continue to feel the perfection of your light body. Allow it to expand. Fill this room with living essence. Continue to expand your awareness and the divine essence outside this room. Imagine and intend you're blessing all of Los Angeles with the pure golden white light. Reach out to all of California, all of the U.S. Allow it to flow out across the globe, enveloping Mother Earth and all her beings with the pure divine essence. The white light of perfection is now vibrating and pulsating, connecting all beings on the planet who gather with conscious intent to heal, balance, harmonize, and unify the islands of light. We have now set the vibrational tone for this intention setting ceremony. Now slowly and gently bring your awareness back into the room and the present time. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. And now we're doing the our opening words. Liz.
Thank you, Burl. Thanks, Burl. So actually tomorrow, is the full moon. It's known as the wolf moon. And it takes place at the farthest point from the earth, which is also, so it's often referred to as a micro moon because it looks smaller than the other moons we're used to seeing. It's known as the wolf moon because of the time of year it happens, and during the winter, wolves, so the story goes, right? Wolves howl at the moon more frequently for reasons like claiming territory and hunting food. If it's been a while since you've had a good cry, brace yourselves because the first full moon of 2023 on January 6th is bound, oh no, it doesn't work, is bound to have you shedding a tear or two. All right, so forewarned. While Capricorn is the time to prioritize, Capricorns are full of logic, discipline. The spiritual meaning of the January 2023 wolf full moon is encouraging you to feel your feelings despite how irrational or fickle they may be. The full moon is a reminder that you always instinctively know what you need, right? To feel safe, secure, and comfortable. And there's no need to ignore your gut, right? All right, so just go with it. While making decisions that are rooted in reality can be beneficial, your inner compass is there for a reason, and your emotional needs deserve to be met, not neglected, all right? Capricorn is all about hard work, and this full moon is encouraging that to happen. Capricorn is also organized, dedicated, takes one step at a time to achieve their goals, all right? So right now it's an interesting balance between that sort of emotional Cancer full moon and sort of the pragmatic, I would say intellect-driven Capricorn. So here's a few thoughts for each sun sign, all right? So you can just listen for yours. or someone you care about. All right, Aries. How can you make your home work for you? If there are changes you wanted to make, from decluttering to redecorating, now's the time. And don't think too hard about it. Just pop in an audiobook or a podcast and get moving. Taurus, your emotional side is heating up and the bull is coming out. No matter what the outcome is, don't be shy in stating your feelings at this time. Take a leap of faith and let it all out. Gemini, sweep out the negative from your life. Think about the people that make you feel the most you, right? And then text them, call them, and surround yourselves with them. You should have people in your life that totally support your goals and desires in this coming year. Cancer, the past can be present during this full moon, a window for reconnecting with friends and lovers. Use this opportunity to mend fences and reunite with those you care deeply about. Your open heart and sincere intentions will lead you to good things. Leo, instead of trying to be the center of attention, try centering your attention this month. Take a step back and focus on finding your spiritual core. When you rejoin the public, your star will shine even brighter. Virgo, your goals and hopes are evolving, and you may find that you're attracting different people as you change. That's okay. Lean into the new you, and the people who like the new you will be there. Libra, a project is coming to an unexpected end, which is causing you stress. Who are you if you're not busy? How will you spend your time without the guidance of a plan? Don't fret. When one door closes, another one opens. Keep your eye out for the next opportunity. Scorpio, you'll feel a call to change, one you've been resisting. Change is scary, but it's the ladder that gets you from one stage of life to another. Fortunately, there's no time like the present. Sagittarius, money can't buy you happiness, but it can pay your bills. Start a savings plan that works for you so you can save up for a rainy day. Consider asking a trusted friend for tips on how you can create a budget that works for you. Capricorn, shine a light on the people you care about. A simple compliment or an act of kindness will show them that you're willing to go the extra mile to make the relationship work and that you adore them. Aquarius, everyone takes time off from work to recover from the daily grind. You should treat yourself to a spa day at home, complete with long bath or a shower and a snuggle in a robe. Treat yourself and your body well. Pisces, you're yearning for excitement and thrills, and you might not be getting that in your personal life right now. That's okay. You can live vicariously through TV, movie, and book characters. Find a narrative that speaks to you and get excited. So that's our full moon message for this evening. Oh, thank you. Okay. So I think now what I get to do is I get to introduce our keynote speaker. So most of you, I have a feeling like everybody knows Patrick. And there's a lot of titles that comes with Patrick, right? So Reverend, Elder, Doctor, and he's a publisher. He leads workshops and meditations and retreats, sweat lodges, which I've been to. But instead of going over all that, because that's all, like most of us know that, I'm going to tell you a personal story about Patrick. I'm going to tell you no. I'm going to tell you how I met Patrick and what Patrick did for me in my life. So probably about 17, 18 years ago, I was in a dark place. I was struggling with addiction, and I had lost my way, and I was searching, and I didn't know what to do. And I can't remember, I think a neighbor told me to come to the full moon meditation. I can't even remember how I got there. But I got there and I fell in love. I felt at home and I felt a sense of peace. And for me, that's part of what started my spiritual journey over the last, 17, 18 years. So after coming a few times, I'm obviously like an outspoken sort of person, right? And I'm pretty organized, and I'm kind of a doer. Like so this is probably too much personal information, and I'm gonna be sorry that I said this, but like I was the drunk PTA mom, who was president of the PTA, right? That was me. So I can function really well under all circumstances. But what happened for me is Patrick asked me to sit on the board. He said, maybe this is something that you would like. I've seen you come to a few ceremonies. Would you like to sit on the board? And we used to meet at Beverly's house in Sherman Oaks, and I went, and it was it was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, and it was a little out of my comfort zone, right? Not that I was raised with any religion or anything, but this was all like a little hippie dippy, right? It was just a little like, okay, we're meditating at the full moon and we're chanting and we have all these speakers and some believe in aliens, and I mean there was some really interesting stuff going on. But okay, there are aliens. There you go. So this became my spiritual home, and I just want to say thank you, Patrick. Thank you for asking me to be on the board and to be a part of this. This has meant so much to me. Before COVID, we were having the board meetings at my house. I mean, this has become home. And the people who sit on this board and the people who participate and come have become my grounding, my center, my spirituality. Like I have grown over these years because of a simple, extension and request, and somebody seeing something in me, at a time when I really needed that. So without further ado, let's welcome Patrick.
Yeah. I don't need this yet. And we lived happily ever after.
That's right.
Best introduction I've ever had, by the way, in my entire life. And a great testimonial for being on the board. So who wants, no, we like to ask people individually. It's much more meaningful to really recognize what we see in people that would be of value rather than anyone want to join, right? So because we do, for this ceremony we have a ritual, and that takes some time. I usually only speak about 10 or 15 minutes, and then I'll talk about the ritual as far as, a traditional talk. And so I was thinking about that 10 or 15 minutes, and I just hearkened back this morning to early in my speaking career. I spoke at a Unity Center, and someone came up to me afterwards, and I thought it was a pretty good talk. And she said, I've always thought that if you're going to speak, what is the most important thing you could say in 5 minutes' time? So I don't think she was giving me a compliment, but but I thought about that, right? And so I was thinking, well, I've only got a short time. What's the most important thing for me to talk about tonight? And I decided it's the most important thing to talk about. What do you think it is? What's the most important thing for personal growth, for human interaction, what's the most important thing? Any ideas? What? Intention. I'll accept that. There's no wrong answers here. Any others? Got it. That's what I'm thinking of. So, and not just romantic love, right? When we think of love, that's the first thing we think about. But love, there's other languages have more than one word for love, right? We have this one word supposed to mean everything, right? But there's love of my beloved, which is the greatest love I have in my life. There's love of family. There's love of my dog. There's love of I love rock and roll, There's love of the world. There's universal love. And that's what I most want to talk about is universal love, because it can be applied to everything and everyone, right? And universal love is unconditional love, right? So romantic love, we might aspire for it to be unconditional, but there's usually some conditions in there, right? But universal love can be applied anywhere in any situation. So we did our Thought Shifting Thursday and talked about this a little bit, our video today, and really want to talk about loving everything, right? And that means everything. So that means uncomfortable situations in our life, right? As human beings, this is such an interesting dichotomy. Our natural inclination, perhaps because of self-preservation, is to resist things that are uncomfortable, right? And what I say over and over, and I know most of you have heard me say this over and over, whatever we resist not only persists, but magnifies, becomes stronger. And the more we resist it, the stronger it becomes. Whatever we embrace becomes our ally, our teacher, and our healer. And another way of saying what we embrace is to bring love to it, to bring love to everything. And it is the answer to every problem, every challenge. In psychosynthesis, transpersonal psychology, I'm going to talk about my teacher at the end of this little bit. We talk about, because we think of love as being compassionate, right? But in psychosynthesis, we learn from Roberto Assagioli, was the founder, that there are more than one kinds of love. There is not only compassionate love, but there is strong love, right? There's tough love, which is aligned with strong love. And there's wise love, right? So you might say, well, in certain situations, I wouldn't want to be loving, right? Well, I might not want to be compassionate loving if someone's hurting someone, but I might want to use strong love, right? Which means that my love is going to not allow you to hurt this other person, right? So it's combining will and love then together. A lot of what I teach and talk about and write about in The Magic of the Soul, I think, is my mic going out? Testing. Still hear me? Okay. Is, again, embracing everything. And so I was fortunate enough to have a chronic illness when I was 40 years old. And it put me in bed for weeks at a time. I literally thought I was going to die from this illness. And it taught me, because what I was doing is I was resisting all along this experience. And that is what taught me how to not resist. Because I decided at one moment in this journey that if I'm going to die from this, because I thought I was going to, I'm going to use dying, the process, the experience of dying, to understand who I am as a spiritual being at the deepest level possible. And it wasn't until I decided that I started to heal, because I gave up the resistance by looking for what I say in my book, looking for the magic in every experience, looking for the magic in the illness, looking for the magic even in the symptoms. Because what I found is that by surrendering, by giving up my resistance and surrendering, that's how I started to heal. But it wasn't a direct line to healing. It was, I would start to feel a little bit better after surrendering, and then I'd go out and do something I used to be able to do, like take a walk, would put me back in bed. And then I would resist again, because it felt so good to have just a little bit of energy back, right? And then I'd remember, I'd be in bed, resisting and remembering, oh yeah, it was that surrendering thing that got me feeling better, and I'd surrender again. So I got better and better in surrender. And it was as though, not as though, it was my soul creating the absolute perfect scenario for me to learn how to be in a consistent state of surrender. And that's become my practice ever since. So I like to ask this question, is what would your life be like, all of our lives be like, in a consistent state of surrender? And surrender, of course, doesn't mean giving up. It simply means, it means giving up resistance, but not giving up moving forward and creating life or healing ourselves or anything that we want to create. But when we give up our resistance, we get to do it from a greater place of clarity. Because when I'm in resistance, we were talking about this today, excuse me, when we're in resistance, we are in problem mode. When we are bringing love to whatever it is that we might have a tendency to resist, we're in solution mode. Now we see possibilities, right? So I want to just give everyone a moment to just think about, what is that challenging thing in your life right now that you might have resistance toward? And we all do it. I still do it. It's my practice not to, but I forget, right? And then I remember. And just ask this question, what would this situation be like if you simply gave up the resistance and brought love to it? I'll give you a moment to reflect. Feels easier, doesn't it? Feels more peaceful. What else does it feel? Anyone want to say? What do you notice in giving up? Lighter? Yeah.
Something like that, relaxed and openness.
Cool. This just reminded me to share with you a technique that I learned just in the last couple of years. I know so many techniques, right? I've got a whole encyclopedia of them. But this is the simplest one I've ever learned. I learned it from Reverend Kathy Ann Lewis, and it's amazingly simple. Think about the most challenging thing in your life and look down at a 90-degree angle and notice how you feel in your body, in your heart, in your emotional nature, in your mind. Now look straight ahead and think about the same challenging situation and notice how you feel. Now look up at a 90-degree angle. Same challenging situation. Think about it and notice how you feel. Anyone want to share? Looking up? What about looking down? What was the difference? Resistance. What? Heavy looking down? Right. Look, what I hear over and over doing this with people is looking down is like there's a problem. I'm not sure how to get out. Looking straight ahead, I often hear, I start to see some possibilities, some solutions. Looking up, it's cool. I just in trust, right? It's going to all work out. So the simple practice involved in this is what? Just look up more. Simple. I love simplicity. So I want to finish with a story about my teacher, Dr. Vivian King, who was an amazing saint of a woman. And a couple months ago, Susan Shirako was our speaker. And she talked a little bit about her. And she said, there's one person in this room who knew what I was talking about, who knew who I was talking about. And I want to tell you a little bit more about her because this really relates to what we're talking about tonight. She was my teacher for 4 years in psychosynthesis. She moved away after our class ended, and 4-year program. She moved to Arizona, I think. But I was at a New Year's Eve party one night, and somebody from my class said, did you hear what happened to Vivian? And I said, no. And she said she was driving through Texas, and a drunk driver hit her. And now she's hospitalized. She was in a coma for 6 weeks, which can cause brain damage, right? It was brainstem damage, and she became a quadriplegic. And her head was swollen the size of a basketball at one point. So it just so happened, the next weekend they were moving her from Texas to Long Beach. So I went to visit her, and her head was no longer the size of a basketball, but her face was very contorted, but she still had this impish little grin. And they were just deciding where she was going to go to move to do her rehabilitation. So at the time, I lived in the San Fernando Valley, and they were thinking about either Orange County or San Fernando Valley. And I said, well, if she comes to the San Fernando Valley, I can hang out. I can come visit her and help with whatever. And so they didn't know where I lived, but she ended up the next week 2 blocks from my house in this facility. So I got to go and be with her, and I'm going to get teary with this probably, and help her with her physical therapy and do some energy healing and just, be in whatever support I could be. And it might sound like I was doing a lot for her, but really it was what she was doing for me. And every one of her healthcare providers they received so much from her, because here's one little example. She had she couldn't use her arms or legs, but she had a mechanical arm, like a elastic thing that would so she could feed herself, because she didn't want to be dependent, as much as possible. She learned to speak in whispers, because she had no use of her vocal cords. But she would be eating her lunch or dinner and bringing food up to her, and she'd be getting food on her face and all over her blouse or whatever apron she would have on. And as I say that, you might think, wow, that would be difficult or uncomfortable. She might be embarrassed. She would be smiling the entire time because she understood the truth of it. She taught us in psychosynthesis that we are more than our body, more than our feelings, and more than our mind. We are the objective observer. We are the soul consciousness, right? And it's about a practice of learning to be that more and more. And boy, did she create an opportunity to really embody that, right? So fast forward a couple years later, she decided, well, at one point she said to me, you know, I am a teacher who can no longer speak. I'm a writer who can no longer write. But as long as I have a physical body, I can remain a presence of peace and love and joy in this world. And so I often think about when I'm having challenging situations in my life, if Vivian could be in joy, in love, and in peace, in this, what she later on told me was a prison. She said, I'm a dancer and I long to dance again. And she decided to leave her body. She went, it was her decision to do so. But I think about Vivian often, right? And that message of who we can be. So who wants 2023 to be better than 2022? Who wants 2023 to be the best year we've ever had? All right. Then let's encourage, let's support one another to go forward with peace in our hearts, giving up the resistance as a practice. And when we don't, when we're reactive, whatever, then simply bring love to ourselves. It's the most important place to bring love to is ourselves, because it's cliche to say, you know, that we can't love anything or anyone more than we love ourselves, but it's true, right? And so this phrase came to me a couple years ago, talking to a client about self-love. And just the phrasing as I was talking came to me, and I thought, wow, this is so true. That when I love myself unconditionally, what I realize is that I am not myself. I am, in fact, the self. I am, in fact, pure love. And so are you, because that's who we are. Thank you. All right, so now we get to talk about the ceremony a little bit and what we're going to do here. So go to the bathroom. Let's see. While I'm talking, if you don't have a drum or percussion instrument, go ahead and get one, because you're going to need one for the ceremony. There's a whole bunch over here that Burl brought. Thank you, Burl. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go, there's a much longer version of this that we do at our home on New Year's Eve, and Karina did it for her women's group this last month. And if you don't know, Karina's got an amazing group of women that show up at our house once a month, doing a vision board this month, right? On the 4th Saturday, the 22nd. We do sweat lodges every 3rd Saturday. We have an all-women sweat lodge, which we only do once or twice a year, next Saturday, as a matter of fact. This Saturday, this coming Saturday. And what else are we doing? We do medicine ceremonies at our home. We don't advertise those, so let us know if you're interested. So this ritual was given to me by a very powerful elder shaman 32 years ago. I've been doing it ever since, and we've been doing it and inviting people in our home for the last 20 years to do it. This is a shortened version of it because we don't have as much time to do it here with the rest of the wonderful meditations and things that we do as part of this. And by the way, I wanted to mention that lately I was thinking about, I was missing, I think this is resistance. I was missing the onion. You know, this that we used to hold these meetings in. This amazing wooden dome structure that's been there since the 60s. Somebody once said, who came to the onion and said, somebody told me that it was a bunch of hippies that built this place to take acid. Not actually true, but the Grateful Dead did play there once. So, but sitting here in the meditation tonight, I thought, it ain't about the building, man. It's about the circle. It's about the people, right? And even though that was a round dome, we've created a circle. You said, I love the new seating arrangement here because square boxes are very different than circles, right? Never-ending circle. Everything in life goes in a cycle. So where was I? Talking about the ritual. So, so the shortened version is what we do. And I love this version too, as much as the other, because it's very dynamic. So we're going to go around, and each person is going to say two things within about 30 seconds. Burl's going to keep the time, and he's going to lead the drumming. And what you're going to share, and you can reflect on this while I'm talking or as people are going around. Maybe we'll give a couple minutes to reflect on it. But what is it you're releasing from the past that no longer serves you? And what is your intention for this coming year and beyond? And so in about 30 seconds, you can express that. We'll have a microphone talking stick that will go around. And then after each person shares, we drum for about 10 seconds or so. And so everybody drums, and we drum with the energy of what was expressed. So that we are putting power into those releases and those intentions, right? So we're all collectively supporting each and everyone's individual. And know that people who are watching on Zoom or Facebook or wherever, we're doing this for you too. So speak it out loud if you're at home. Maybe we'll allow just a couple minutes for all the people that, or just 30 seconds for the people at home to do it as well. And let's know that in all the ceremonies that we do and all the offerings that Karina do at our home and wherever we go, we know that we're not, and especially for these full moon ceremonies, what it's about is we're not doing them just for ourselves individually or just for the people here, but for all beings everywhere are experiencing and getting a piece of what we're doing here tonight. Yes? Okay, so that's kind of the, I'll tell you one little story about the ceremony, just to give you an idea of the power of it. So the reason we started doing them in our living room is a woman called me up after we'd done this ritual for a winter solstice out around our fire pit at home. And she said, are you doing that ritual again this year? And I said, well, we hadn't thought about it, but why do you ask? And I hear this baby crying, and she says, in it, my intention was I wanted to meet my soulmate and have a baby, and I want to do that before my mother, who has terminal cancer, passes away. And this baby that's crying, she says, it's on her chest, she says, is the baby that was born from my soulmate, who I met, and was born before my mother passed. So I said, yes, we're doing that ritual again. And we've been doing it ever since, inviting people to do it. So that's how it works. Burl, the other piece of it. So we started doing this a few years ago, and it came out, this was given to me as part of a ceremony from an elder who put me through a ritual and gave me the title of elder, Joseph Graywolf, Lakota elder. And I came back from that, and when we do this ceremony, I thought, that's so powerful. Everyone should have the opportunity to have an initiation of some sorts. So we started doing that as part of the ritual. So while we're going around and this is going on, I'll be standing in the center, and anyone who wants to can just come forward after you've spoken your intentions, and I will bless you with the feathers and say some words. And behind you, my partner, Deena, is going to be behind you, and I'll ask you to come forward and spread your arms out. I'll bless you with the feathers, and then turn around, and then you'll face Deena, and then I'll bless you with the feathers from the behind. And this will be an initiation for anyone who wants to step into a higher vibration of who you want to be in the coming year and beyond. Sound cool? Anything else I need to say about that? My outfit? Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? Comments about anything? All right.
I
Yes. Yes.
Why is Deena standing behind me?
Behind. Oh, I didn't say that. She's going to be. Oh,
I'm gonna turn around and face her.
come forward. Come forward.
Is it like for an energy flow or?
Oh no, she's going to be speaking ancient languages, and she's going to tell you what that means. Thank you, because that's an important part to know. Because
So they can hear me.
okay,
Keep going.
no, that's it. Just tell people about.
So my part in this is simple. It's to ground the vibrational frequency of your genetic history into this place that we call Earth, to clear emotional attributes, call them attributes, to clear the emotional space within you and around you, so that as you move into the next venue of your life, you move through it with less to carry, much lighter and freer package of being.
And the ancient languages, you said you know where
and
they're from.
yes, and we've learned where many of the languages. I'm speaking 8 languages, and the 8 languages are old languages. Some of them we're still hearing, and some of them are disappearing. What we know for sure that we're speaking a language. We're speaking Nepalese, so from Nepal. We're speaking Portuguese. We're speaking Japanese, Chinese. We're speaking Lakota. We're speaking Cree, and Joseph Grey Wolf is the one who told me about the Lakota. And we're also speaking Igbo from Nigeria. So we're speaking languages from pretty much every part of the planet, and you can actually latitudinally see how all of them are connected. As you look on a map, you can see, oh wow, they're literally connected all the way around the planet. So it's my pleasure to be of assistance in this way now that I understand what's going on. Before it was like, okay, I'll do it, but I don't know what I'm doing. But now we've got it. It's important work. It's important work to each of us, but mostly for the grounding and cleansing of the planet. We've done a lot to her in our growing up as humans, and she's asking for a reprise, some respite,
Cool.
assistance.
Nice. So I'm listed on the flyer and the promotion as being the speaker and the musician today. So we're going to do a few chants here and there. This is a chant that I'm going to do now that is, we do it at the beginning of virtually every ceremony that we do. Very powerful Lakota chant. I better get my voice back here. And so it's not an easy chant to sing, so you don't have to sing it, but you can hum along if you know it. People that come to our sweat lodges know it. Then join right in. It's very powerful. Excuse me. We're calling in various spirit entities. Wakantanka, Tankashila, you'll hear that name, is Great Spirit. Chanupa is the sacred pipe. Wakli Krishna is sacred eagle. Ikshiwishasha is Mother Earth. And Pechuta is sacred medicine people, of which you all are. Okay? So join in if you like. Wakantanka, Tankashila, Chewokiela, Hayayaya, Ochimala, Hoyate, Wani Wachinta, Chewokiela, so Hayayaya, Chanupa, Ochimala, Chewokiela, lo Hayayaya. Allah, oh, yate, wani wachin, jache woki, lo hai, Wakli Krishna, oh, Timal, che woki, lo hai, oh, Timala, oh, yate, wani wachin, jache woki, lo hai. Kikiwishasha, oh, Chimal, Chewokie, so oh, Chimala, oh, Yate, Wani Wachin, Chewokie, Walking tonka tonka Sheila. Walking tonka tonka Sheila. Chewoki. No hi Bonti mala hoya che. Wani wachim tachewoki. Go hi All right. I think we've warmed up the room here. Okay, so everyone's got their instrument. Everyone knows what we're doing. Deena, if you'll come forward, and you've got the talking stick. So let's have Liz start, and then we'll go around the inner circle first, and then we'll go around the outer. Well, you know what? It'd be easier just to go this way than that way. Let's do it that way. We'll see however it goes. Yes.
Florence, by the way, speaking the same languages.
Really? Oh, very cool. All right. Okay. It's up to you. Sit or stand.
I think in the past we've all stood. Is this on?
You mean standing while you're speaking, right? You don't mean every.
all of us. I
Oh.
thought in the past we all stood.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
Whatever will bring you the most joy. Leave it up to you.
I'm going to stand the whole time. Okay.
Oh, and what's the signal for the drumming to stop?
Oh, right.
Okay, 4 beats. Got it.
Okay. I am letting go of stuff, clutter, things that I don't need anymore, just like letting go. I want to let go of all of that stuff. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. And so my intention this year is to declutter and minimalize the stuff, just sort of over the stuff. That's it.
That's it. Aho! Doing what? Yeah, I think that was her thing. Yeah.
The release and the intention is the same? Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, and say your name too.
Oh,
Say-
I'm Liz. You guys know.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm Lynn.
Hi, Liz.
I'm releasing old negativity and detrimental.
If you hold up the microphone, the people on Zoom can hear you too.
I'm releasing old negativity and detrimental energy that's in my field. I'm releasing that over to spirit.
Okay. And what's your highest intention?
And my highest intention is I'm bringing in and want to share more kindness, love, and compassion to others.
Beautiful. You want to rest? Deena? Great Spirit, walking tonka tonka Sheila. That's a sacred one. A
Shall I
sacred
go?
journey. Keep going.
I release
The other way.
the fear
Just being of light and
sometimes
love.
fear of anything. And I want to welcome this year, want to welcome like change and love, lots of love, compassion, and being a better listener, I hope.
Okay, I'm going to let go. I'm letting go of judgment and fear. What am I grateful? I'm just grateful to be here and to be in love, loving so many things. I'm very happy to love.
I'm going to stand up for this one. I am Flow Bear. I'm releasing what I've been releasing all along. That's so strong, the strong emotions of resentment and anger, but also I've never experienced hatred as I have with the situations that have been happening very close to me. And it's not me. I'm just going to let that go. And what I want to embrace, thank you for bringing up gratitude too. I want to be so grateful to continue to embrace not only love, but to embrace happy, joyful, gentle, clear communication with joy. Aho.
Well, actually, I thought 2022 was a perfectly good year, and 2023 is just as good. So I was happy last year, and this year is still more happiness. So, if anything, all I want to do is improve my attitude. So, thank you very much.
All right, I'm going to cry because I'm Agnesen. I recently received these very, very vicious attack texts from someone in my mother's family, and it just woke me up to the horrible narrative these people have had all my life. And it's just dragged me so much, being a sensitive empath. And so I realized that, they don't know what they just don't know what they're doing. They're just stuck in whatever they're stuck in. They won't change. They won't acknowledge me for my authentic self. So I got the grand karmic scissors out and strapped and said TTFN, you've got to go. And I just tried to make it fun, but it's been extremely painful to know that my mother was probably, and other people in the family were part of this. And so I forgive all of them and send them to their highest good. But the big thing now is for me to just to heal the damage and to really love myself and be so outrageous without guilt and just express myself as that darling, beautiful little girl who had so much promise and so much talent and that I can be her again. And actually things have already shifted since I took that step, but it's going to get even better. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike. For this year, I want to release doubt, any doubt that I have in my mind, and I want to embrace the power of spirit, of the one spirit, God. That's all.
Hi, my name is Elon, and this year I'm releasing self-judgment, and I'm inviting in acceptance. Yeah, aho.
Hi, everybody. My name is Leticia, and this year I am releasing fear and self-doubt. And my word for and my intention for 2023 is action.
Hello, everyone. I'm Karina. I am releasing the pain in my knees, osteoporosis, which I now have. I am dumping it. I am releasing the negative thought that I have about not making a better decision in the stock market and lost money. I'm throwing that out. It's just money, and it will come back. And I am bringing in, I want to travel to Japan so I can visit with my daughter. And I want to keep my women's circle going and growing it. And I would like a new refrigerator, please.
My name's Burl. Thank you very much. From this past year, I've been experiencing a lot of resistance to, what's going on in my life and around me in the world, and I am releasing that. And for this coming year, 2023, it is my intention to open up to radiating joy into my own life, into the lives of those around me, and into the world. You haven't gone yet.
Check 1, 2. My name is Brian. I really could let go of everything. So money wouldn't suck. Really, it's not what my heart wants. I just want to let go of loss and resentment. Loss, let go of it, tired of suffering. It's optional. I had a good friend of mine tell me one time, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. I'm cool with the pain. I'm just tired of suffering. I pretty much have everything I need. I don't ask for anything. But I would really like to learn a little bit more of forgiveness and just learn how to let that go. Thanks.
My name is Betsy, and I want to release all doubt and fear around prosperity and abundance and shift that into an embrace, ease, and grace. And all the newness that I have in my life, kind of keep it building rather than squash it.
Hi, my name is Michelle. I want to leave behind self-doubt and lack of confidence, and I want to bring in becoming more of a leader and more confidence and freedom. Freedom, yes.
Hi, I'm Leslie, and every year I talk about getting rid of stuff and clearing out, and I finally figured it out. I'm letting go of the people who think that my house needs adjusting. Because I move at my own pace and things are improving gradually, and that suits me just fine. And so my contentment with that situation is the direction in which I am moving.
Hey everyone, my name's Frank. How you guys doing? I'm in the back there. So I'm releasing security from a job from last year. I was released from that. So I'm embracing new opportunities. And also coming up this week, I'm embracing a new granddaughter that's coming into our household this Thursday. She's going to be born. So that's where we're at. Thank you.
Love and freedom, more freedom than ever before. Prosperity, joy, success. Awanistika ho, momatana. Deena. Oh, yeah, sure.
Letting go of plans made, decisions made, and stepping into and allowing more flow and more go. The guidance I've received is to take dynamic action and let things fall where they may. So.
Yeah, baby. So, I tend to think of myself as a really, what's the word, open and very free and positive person, and without a lot of limitations. And I'm just now kind of expanding in different ways and recognizing in that expansion, oh, I'm seeing some limited thinking along this. So I'm giving up all of limited thinking moving forward and stepping into organic expansion. Aho. And now, while we bless each other, let's drum for everyone's intentions. Deena, if you want. Great. This powerful one, this way showing, this author, turn the other way, whose light and love cannot be contained. Awanistika ho, komatana, awanistika. Will you? Next year, you're doing the whole thing. next, we're going to do one more chant, and this chant is, this one's easier. You'll get this one pretty quickly. So listen once through. I'll tell you when we've gone through once, and then join in. So this is called the healing song. So know that we're healing everyone everywhere who is wanting to be healed. Yes? So feel the vibration of the chant. Feel the vibration filling the room, moving out like in our opening meditation, surrounding the entire planet, a blanket of love and light. Yes? And it goes like this. Join in right away if you know it. Otherwise, listen once. Way-ya, hey, na. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Ya, ya, yo. Way-ya, hey, na. And feel free to get up and dance with this too. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Ya, ya, yo. Way-ya, hey, na. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Ya, ya, yo. Way-ya, hey, na. Now feel that vibration that we're talking about being received by everyone around the world, being integrated, embodied. Feel and see the planet healing, the human race evolving to a place where we're in balance with all things. Way-ya, hey, na. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Way-yo, yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Yo, hey-ya. Ya, ya, yo. Oh. Beautiful. All right. So, what's next on the agenda? Meditation. Yeah.
Who's doing our meditation?
I am. All right. All right. So, boy, energy feels pretty good in here, doesn't it? Let's take it in now. Take a deep breath and just fully integrate this energy. Feel the aliveness in it. I'm going to do a form we used to use in the full moon meditations a few decades ago. Imagine that before you is a golden stream of light. And at the end of a path of golden light, and at the end of this path is an image that represents your highest understanding of the divine, of Creator, Mother, Father, God. Whatever that image may be. Or if you're not as visual, it could just be a feeling at the end of this path of golden light. Now begin walking down in your mind's eye, this path, getting closer and closer. And the closer and closer you get to this image, the more the vibration of pure love intensifies. You feel your body changing. You feel your breathing shifting. You start to realize it. I and this image are not separate. In fact, I'm being magnetically pulled to it because I cannot help but be identified as pure love. And at just the right moment, you feel yourself walking into this image, being pulled into it, and dissolving into it, and becoming this highest representation of the divine, this highest representation of divine love. We'll just remain here in silence. Feel yourself as divine love, radiate like a sun, radiating this love and light in all directions. Just rest in this consciousness. Just a little gentle meditation tip. Notice thoughts or feelings or sensations coming in that you might label as a distraction. Rather than resisting or labeling it, invite the thought in. Assume that every thought that comes up in meditation comes up because it wants to meditate too. So just invite it in to be part of this universal love that we're experiencing together. about halfway through our meditation time, so I invite you now, invite all of us to surrender even more. Imagine that Spirit is whispering in your ear, "Come all the way home to me, my child. Come all the way home this time. Not part way, not halfway, not 3/4 of the way. Dissolve completely and totally into my infinite peace, love, pure bliss. Just let go of your personal identification. Become one with all." Now very slowly and gently and gradually begin to bring your awareness back. Before you come all the way back, just take a moment to reflect on what you've received here tonight, what you've embodied, and how you want to share this energy, this experience, these qualities with the world. The coming days, weeks, years, through your thoughts, your feelings, your words and actions. whenever it's right for you, come all the way back. Take a deep healing breath. Open your eyes and just look around the circle and see if you can connect with these beautiful souls that we've shared this evening with. We have time to do one more song, yeah? Florence and Deena and Agnes, could you come forward, please? I'm going to ask you to lead us in this chant, and you know it. It's not a tribal chant. We're breaking tradition here. Huddle, 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 huddle. Amazing grace.
Oh, really?
But we're going to change one line in the song from...
There are lots of lines that we can change.
Just one.
Saved a soul like me.
Yes,
Yeah,
that one.
that's right.
So instead of saved a wretch like me, the song it's saved a soul like me. We'll do the first verse 4 times.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Take it away.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I see.
He said 4 times. Oh, we did. But first verse 4 times.
Feel it vibrating in your heart as you sing this
Saved.
song.
No, I don't like me. But he wanted the first verse 4 times. That's what Patrick said. All right, here we go.
We can all sing.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me.
more quick announcement. Our dear Florence is having a birthday tomorrow. So
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Florence. Happy birthday to you.
Now with a little bit of more rhythm to it.
Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. All right. They say it's your birthday. Gonna have a good time. Patrick.
That's okay. Jumping. Wow. So, yay, right? Like, yay! Everybody can like go forth into 2023 with complete confidence and like standing in your truth and knowing that you got this, right? We just did that. So awesome. Okay. We are a 501c3. We are an all volunteer organization. So we don't have dues or fees, but we do have expenses. So we'd like, if you'd like to give, that'd be great. We have a basket at the back. We have PayPal. You can write a check. If you want to donate for last year, I'd be happy to take a check that was dated last year and give you a letter for tax purposes. Just saying. But anyway, we appreciate all of you, and we couldn't do this without you and our board, like everybody who sits on the board. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Our next, let me see. Okay, next month, Tuesday, February 7th, we have Marianne Lewis and Marianne Lewis. So. Yeah, she really is. There are some flyers on the back table. Feel free to take one or pass them around. Let's see. I think that's it. So the only other thing I would say before we do the closing rituals is, we used to talk about this a lot, but this generates a lot of energy, right? What we do here generates a lot of energy. And sometimes, like, I come home and I'm exhausted and then I can't sleep, right? Because I'm like so keyed up. So just know if you're having some sort of, energetic effect that you don't normally have, that's perfectly natural. Like we definitely generate a lot of stuff here tonight. So with that being said, I always say drink water, because that's always a good thing. And then I think I'm going to have Burl come up and do our closing rituals. So thank you for letting me. We don't have to do anything. Right? Oh, I think Burl will do that.
What am I going to do?
You're going to read our closing invocation before
Okay,
you do
I can
that.
do that.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get off the stage.
All right, let's see. Closing invocation first, maybe, him? Yeah.
Yes.
Father, Mother, God, and Goddess, thank you for the blessings we have received. Be with us now as we leave this sacred circle and go forth into our daily lives, taking the energy generated here tonight out into our homes, our work, the people we love, and all we touch. May we be your open channels into this world each day. As we come to the close of our full moon ceremony this evening, let us take just a moment to savor the centered focus of healing energy we have generated here together. Remember, as you let your own light shine, you simultaneously give other people permission to do the same. Clearly knowing yourself as an instrument of light, a being of spirit, you add one more grain of sand to the scales that hold the balance of our global future. Know that in this moment, at a certain point, one grain of sand can tip the scales. You, in this very moment, may be that grain of sand. I would like to invite the candle lighters to come forward and form a circle around the candle table. And now I'd like everyone else to come up and form a circle around them. Let us embody the spiritual power that has been generated and received from the forces of light that guide this service. Let us focus that energy into the group center, allowing it to rise up and pour this blessing out upon our world, extending its positive healing effects throughout the awareness of humankind and the consciousness of our planet. We will sound an extended, free-form Om. As the sacred tone pours through you, feel yourself participating, drawing this healing love energy deeply into yourself and sending it out into your life, into our world. As we sound the Om, let us consciously extend our blessings to our planetary life, Mother Earth, including the animals, the trees, the air, and the water, as well as to all those who are in need. For those who would like to include in this healing circle, we speak their names together silently or audibly now. Leslie. And with power, love, and intelligence, let us send out this healing light energy to transform the consciousness of humankind. Namaste. Thank you and good night.